Hi, I'm Haley Rogers. I'm an author, university student, and an aspiring entrepreneur. I am ultimately dedicated to helping you become fearlessly authentic. In this podcast, I will be sharing my own insights related to authentic living through various topics such as goal setting, mindfulness, confidence, resilience, and more. Not only will I be sharing my insights, but this podcast will have a Let's Talk series featuring those who have mastered the art of authentic living. There's so much to learn about authentic living, and it's one of the most challenging qualities to hold in a world that often strives for conventionality. However, we are on a journey together to learn how we can do just that. Are you ready? Hello everyone, welcome back to the See Me Show. In our second episode together, I will be discussing the concept of authenticity, which is exactly what this podcast is about. So what does it mean to be authentic? To be authentic is the quality of staying true. It's the ability to be genuine and show who you truly are without shame. The component of without shame is important because it allows you to embrace your whole self, your strengths, your weaknesses, your triumphs, your challenges. Everything that makes you, you. It is knowing that you are worthy of acceptance and love for who you truly are and feeling confident in your own skin. It's also about pursuing your values, beliefs, and goals regardless of what anyone else thinks. Authentic people are doers, not sayers, which really means that what you say is genuine and you are committed to being true to who you are. Your actions reflect what you say is the most important element here. It's also about finding people who are authentic and bringing them into your life. It's so important to surround yourself with genuine people and to build a community that's based on the foundations of authenticity. Authentic living leads to a liberating, fulfilling, and joyful life. So you're probably wondering why authenticity is such a strong value of mine. I've been discussing it in my book, I've been discussing it on social media, I've discussed it in the last podcast. So you're probably wondering, why is this girl preaching to the stars about why authenticity is so important? I will first off say that the person I am today is a completely different person than I was in high school. Right now in this present moment, I am finally me. Later, I will allude to the fact that authenticity leads to happiness and success. But that does not mean I don't experience struggle. Rather, I'm a lot more transparent about my struggles. I'll reveal right now that I just experienced a really bad period of burnout. But by revealing my struggles and to talking to people about my struggles, it actually leads me to returning to happiness and success faster. So, this whole concept of authentic living was really initiated with publishing my book, as my journey to authentic living was when I was writing it. I basically learned as I wrote each principle. If you missed the previous episode, I discussed what my book was about. In summation, See Me is a self-help, or rather self-discovery book geared towards young adults, which aims to inspire readers to live an authentic life through guiding principles and the incredible stories of others who have mastered the art of authentic living. So the journey leading up to my publication was filled with both adversity and incredible self-discovery. My journey began in high school. I was a timid, shy girl who never showed who she truly was. I was compelled to be someone I was not, believing that was the only route to gain societal acceptance. I spent many long days by myself in the library, hoping that good grades would be the ticket to a new life. At the same time, I experienced significant mental health problems, including extreme depression and anxiety, which I did not really tell anybody about. I did not know who I was or where I fit into the world. I was finally accepted into one of the hardest university programs in Canada after completing high school. However, despite this amazing achievement of mine, I was still experiencing extreme unhappiness and this hopeless craving for success. So when I started my first year, I started to meet people with whom I felt I could be my true self around. In university, I believe everyone can find their niche group of people who resonates with them. And regardless if you go to university or not, I think this is a part of growing up. We tend to gravitate towards people who encompass the same values and beliefs and goals as we do. I found my niche in first year. In my friend group, I found that I began to show my true self without the fear of being judged, as we were supportive of each other's unique journeys. However, other parts of me still hesitated to show those outside my friend group who I really am, as the fear of judgment was still a prominent struggle I experienced. Midway through my first year of university, I started writing for this amazing platform called Her Campus, which my friend Julia's son, which I alluded to in the previous episode, exposed me to. She also exposed me to actually writing a book as well. She's always sharing these amazing opportunities with me, and I grow so much from them. So shout out to her. So basically, Her Campus is an amazing platform for young college students to publish articles. I began to realize it was easy for me to share who I truly am through writing. And suddenly, as I started to write authentically, it began to translate into other aspects of my life. And then I began to live authentically. As I started to live authentically, I became happier and began achieving my goals. I realized that there was a gap that I was missing during high school. In order to feel success and happiness, I had to be authentic. I'm fortunate to have been able to realize this at such a young age, as I see so many young adults experience this constant struggle until they're perhaps in their 40s or 50s or tragically forever. So I asked myself, why not now? Why can't we be authentic now at this young age? So I'd already discussed with you in the previous episode my writing journey with writing and publishing my book. But really, if I did not start living authentically, I wouldn't have written for Her Campus. I wouldn't have been able to write a book. I wouldn't have been able to launch this podcast for you. Needless to say, authentic living changed my life, and I believe it can change yours. To me, there is a distinction between authenticity and authentic living, as I've been kind of flip-flopping throughout this episode between these two terms. To me, authenticity means to be genuinely who you are in a specific moment, whereas authentic living means to be true to who you are in all facets of life. Sure, we are able to be authentic with certain groups, whether it be our family or close-knit friend groups. However, it's easy to not be authentic in groups that are larger or less close-knit. Authentic living is about taking authenticity to the next step and actually being authentic in all facets of life. This is a very big challenge. It is for me too, and it's still a learning journey for me. But if you think about it, the less time you're spending being authentic is more time you're allocating to things that aren't allowing you to experience joy or fulfillment. And that's why I'm saying the more we spend time being authentic, it'll allow us to achieve our goals and pursue our passions. And that's why authentic living is so important. Now, you're probably wondering, how? Always being authentic is a challenge. It's something that takes practice and requires deep self-reflection. I would be lying if I said I didn't still struggle with it, as the fear of being judged sometimes clouds my mind. However, as I continue to share myself, my true self with the world, whether it be with random people, social media, or wherever, I am way happier and I'm achieving so many more amazing things in my life. It is something that we can all work on till we reach that point to authentic living. It takes practice. So there is this concept in literature of being a social chameleon, where one changes who they are so that they can blend into the environment they are in. If you've seen my book cover, there's a cute chameleon on the front page, and this might just give it away. But anyways, for example, to fit in, one may try to act cool so they can become popular. So by doing this, one loses sight of their values, goals, and dreams to appease ideals of the group they are interacting with. Essentially, what they're doing is they're blending in like a chameleon would in the environment they are in. And my whole thing is that it's not good to be a social chameleon. To me, it's tragic wasting so much time being something you're not. And that is why I'm such an avid believer in authentic living. One can be authentic in a social chameleon depending on the situation they find themselves in. You can be authentic with one group, and then you can be a social chameleon in the other. However, if you decide to take this bold leap of being authentic, regardless of who you're interacting with, regardless of the environment you find yourself in, your life becomes a whole lot more liberating and fulfilling. So really, I haven't provided you the how. I haven't provided you how you're going to be authentic, but I have given you the why it's important. The how is for you to find out. There are so many elements that contribute to authentic living. My book actually aims to address this question through 30 guiding principles. In this podcast, each episode will be answering this question through various topics like confidence, like resilience, mindfulness, and more. Whether it just be me discussing it or an interview I plan to conduct, as each episode will either be me talking or it'll be another amazing person who I find to be extremely authentic to share their insights. It's important to remember this isn't a quick fix. This is a journey, and it takes time, practice, and continuous work. But the results will allow you to live the life you've always wanted to live. So for now, I'm going to give you some homework. So the first thing I want you to do is ask yourself, am I being a social chameleon in any groups I am a part of? Why do I feel like I have to be someone I am not? Is there a way I can be myself in this group without feeling judged? To me, if I were in a group and I felt like I was going to be judged for who I am, I would decide to leave that group. Despite how hard it may be, you owe it to yourself to be authentic in all facets of life. And it's up to you to answer this question for yourself, but that's my insights there. And the second part of this week, I challenge you to face your fears of being seen, to open yourself up and be vulnerable, whether it be on social media or to one single person. Reveal something about yourself you normally wouldn't reveal, whether it be sharing a song you wrote or posting a picture of a painting that you created or sharing with your family the true career path that you actually want to take. Whatever it may be, just open yourself up and take that one step of sharing your true self with any person you find yourself wanting to expose that to. So today, we have discussed what it means to be authentic. We have also made a distinction between authenticity and authentic living. I've provided you some homework this week, and I would love to hear about it. So if you do not hesitate to reach out to me over Instagram. I'd love to hear about your journey, whether it be if you have a question about it, what your plan is, the results of actually being authentic and exposing your true self. I would just love to hear about it. But I will leave you with one final thought. One of my favorite quotes is, "Be fearlessly authentic." This is unknown. I can't find who said this, but I absolutely love it. I think the fearless element is a significant component of authentic living. To be authentic is to feel confident in who you are as a whole and to be able to express that in all facets of life. It's one's uncanny ability to go against the norm and to remain true to who they are. It's one's ability to love who they are, flaws and all. It's one's ability to pursue their values, goals, and dreams, regardless of what anyone else tells them. Ultimately, being authentic is to be unapologetically yourself. You deserve to be authentic. You deserve to embrace authentic living. See you next time. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the See Me Show. I am so grateful and excited to be on this journey with you to embrace the magic of authentic living. It would mean the world to me if you could review and subscribe to the show. Even better, if you could screenshot this episode and share it on your Instagram story, I would be incredibly grateful. Whether you're a new listener or an active subscriber, I want you to know that you deserve to be fearlessly authentic. See you next time.